Before you apply for that loan, stop, okay? Because if you do it at the wrong time, which I'm pretty sure you're about to, you will get denied. Or worse, could end up paying thousands more in interest. Now, do you want to do that? No. So what I want you to do is listen to me, because in today's lesson, I'm going to show you the one thing that you need to do first before you click apply, so you don't waste your time and you don't waste money. So what I want you to do is go grab your pen and paper. No, really, go grab your pen and paper. And without further ado, let's dive in. Let's just be honest, ladies and gents, and here's the truth. Most people only apply for loans when they're desperate. They're either out of cash, their credit cards are maxed out, or they missed a few payments on some type of credit product or a bill, and now it's reporting to their credit. And guys, that's the worst time to apply for a loan with a banking institution. You want to know why? Because banks see all of this on your report, and they don't see, hey, a hardworking person in a tight spot just needs some help. No, they don't see any of that. They don't even see your face, all right? And they're just going off of your credit profile. So what makes you think that they're going to give you anything that you're looking for? They just see you as a risk. And when they see you as a risk, that means no. Understand this, a loan is not a quick fix, it's not a get out of jail free card, and it's definitely not payday money. Of course, I know there are some places that do this, like, these little places on the side of the road that, free fast money in 24 hours and all. We're not talking about that, all right? That's predatory lending. We're not talking about that. We're talking about going to that bank, applying for a loan. That's what we're talking about. Banks want to see that your finances are stable before they give you any type of funding. If you think that I'm just blowing smoke or saying anything, I'll give you a real life example that just happened recently. Let me tell you about my client, Franklin. He is a real estate investor, and he wanted to use his home equity line of credit as an investment. And for my people that don't know, that's just like basically tapping into some value of your house for cash, okay? And then you can, sometimes like taking out a second mortgage, but anyway. Now, at the time, Franklin had a 760 across the board. That is excellent, okay? You can apply for anything and pretty much get approved with the right credit profile, which he had. And when he was about to apply, he wanted to really have a sit down with me and a powwow to really go over everything to make sure everything was good on his credit report. When we pulled his credit report, we seen that it went from a 760 to a 640. Okay, and he was shocked. He was just looking at all of this. He was like, I don't understand. My income hasn't changed. I'm still making the same exact money, if not a little more. But when I looked at my credit, I saw that there was a problem. And I was like, yeah, I see it as well. So basically what he did was he made some very big purchases on his personal credit cards, and he didn't pay all of it off in time. I guess that he got his statement closing date and his due dates mixed up because he has so many credit cards. That is something that happens. Even I sometimes run through that issue sometimes where, I have something on my credit cards, and I'm like, I didn't pay it off in time. Score might go down, and I'll just pay it off in the next month. And I'm like, all right, it's fine. It's the same thing with his, but at a different scale, because the stuff that he put on his personal credit cards was, just know that it was a lot of money. So when his billing cycle closed, it showed that he was using 66% of his credit. And that one mistake tanked his score. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, that shouldn't really matter or anything like that, but just hear me out, because with a 640 credit score, you would be offered, if you try to go apply for anything, you'll probably be offered for something like a 14% interest rate or something like that. But with a 760, you could qualify for around 5%. The difference of that cost is tens of thousands of dollars over a lifespan of a loan, especially like a home loan or anything like that. Home loan, auto loan. So I told him, you cannot apply just yet. And I'm telling you, he did not want to hear that. He was like, no, what I want to do is I probably want to, I'm going to go ahead and pay it off now. And then I'm going to tell Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion to give me like a new updated credit report. I'll just pay for it. It's fine, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So I had to be real with him, and I'm going to be real with you as well. You can do that. You can. But there is a risk that if you don't give it time, the updated credit report that you're going to be utilizing might not be the same updated credit report that lending service will use. Will they use the updated credit report? Yes. But if you just change something, scratch that. Let me give you a better example. Let's say you found out on the 1st and you fixed all of this by the 10th, right? Okay, so then you're like, yeah, I got the updated credit report. Everything is clean now. Everything is good. It took them like 3-4 days. So now it's like the 14th. Everything is good. I should be able to apply now. A lot of banking institutions only use that credit report for that month. So if everything looked crazy on the first and they pull this month's credit report, then it's going to still show that you have that 60% utilization on your credit. And you're like, no, here's my credit report right here. Now you got to go through manual underwriting, and sometimes that could take even longer. Sometimes you still might not get the approval that you're looking for because the underwriter will say, you know, what was going on the first, as far as the 14th. Did they slip up? Are they fishing for credit? Do you want to go through all of this? No. So this is the same thing I told him, the same thing I'm telling you. Just wait it out, wait till the next billing cycle, and then apply, okay? Because there are two things that have the biggest impact on your credit score, ladies and gents. Number one being payment history. That makes up 35% of your entire score. Do you or do you not pay your bills on time? The second one, number two, credit utilization. That makes up 30% of your entire score. How much available credit are you using? Do you pay on time or do you not pay on time? That's what we really want to know. Those are the golden questions right there. Together, that makes up 65% of your entire score, ladies and gents. So if you've had any type of late payments or if your credit cards are maxed out or close to being maxed out, it does not matter how much money you make. Your scores are going to drop and the banks will see this first. I know cash used to be king. That's starting to go out the window, if not already. Credit is king, okay? So it doesn't matter. I've seen people with hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account still get approved or get relatively low limits and feel crushed. So here's what I want you to do before applying for a loan. Number one, don't apply when your credit is a mess, okay? Pay down those credit cards, get those balances under 30%, and if you can, under 10%, okay? And then wait until your next billing cycle reports, then check your score again. The best way to do that is either go to Identity IQ, MyFreeScoreNow, or MyScoreIQ. Click the links below so you can get those type of credit reports. You see everything side by side to see what's actively going on. Sometimes you can't always trust Credit Karma, even with the utilization part. Then, and only then, will you apply for the loan. That's how you get approved, and that's how you get the lowest interest rates. Now, I understand there are some outliers out there because I know in some of my other videos I told you, hey, if you have high utilization, you can apply for a loan to get approved to eat up some of that utilization and just put it on a loan, kind of make it like a consolidation. Yes, you can still do that. But ladies and gents, there are some of you that literally don't know what you're doing and you just try to go get a loan because you have $50,000 of credit, you know, debt or whatever. You try to get a $50,000 loan. No, there's also a strategy behind that as well. Don't expect just to get a loan because you have high utilization. That's even what I said, you know, in the past, you know, videos and things of that nature. So even with that, you still have to have some type of strategy. Don't expect $50,000 in, you know, a personal loan just to eat up your debt or anything like that. You know, you really, I'm telling you, there's a strategy for everything. So just please understand that moving forward, okay? So remember, loans for the most part are not designed to always save you in a crisis, especially for banking and lending institutions. They're for people who already have their credit in order. So if your credit already has late payments, collections, charge-offs, a bunch of negatives, do not panic because I'm gonna help you right now. What I want you to do is apply for the HowToCredit Start program because in this program, we're gonna help you remove all those negatives from your credit report step by step. And once you do that, then we can move forward with the personal loans, business loans, auto loans. It does not matter. We'll help you get there. So again, what I want you to do is click the link below to sign up for your free 15-minute consultation so we can help you in that situation. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. If you really pay attention to everything that I've told you in this video, you will not have any issues moving forward getting any type of loans. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gents.